Did we do public properties board?
Not yet.
Okay.
I make a motion to appoint Judge Phil Baker and Chris Wilcutt to the Public Properties Board.
You have to do the other two as well.
Oh, and Jason Harper, and keeping Jason Harper and Thomas Bolden on the board as well.
Chris, on that one?
Second.
That was, all right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
I'll second it.
Thomas, sorry, second.
Did you wait? Mm-hmm.
Quick, you gotta watch me.
I think you was.
Motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on this? All right. If not, let's have a roll call, please.
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Crawford,
Here? Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker.
Yes. All right, the next one is Agriculture Committee. Right now, we have Chris Milam and Jason Harper. And we have one open seat there.
What do they do? I'm worried about that.
Is that the extension office? No, it's you, right? What is
No.
it?
We've never met.
I'm not sure what the Agriculture Committee is, to be honest with you.
I think the last time I remember they met about anything was cruelty to horses, when we had some issues with that, when Darpro quit taking dead animals, you know, they dealt with that. I don't know of anything recent that they've done, but, you know, if something of that nature comes up, that was the committee that was in place.
I'll do it.
Okay. And
I'll make a motion to appoint Jamie Goodwin to the Agricultural Committee, along with Chris Milam and Jason Harper.
I'll second that.
there we go. All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? That is a pretty good committee to be on. They don't even know when they met last.
Personnel committee.
The Personnel Committee probably gets worked on it. Probably wouldn't, I mean, or has it?
Well, the insurance one, I think.
Where's that?
That's
Yeah, you should, last for a term, you should have been on it.
Which one's
They
the
worked
insurance
hard.
one?
Yeah,
The
they
insurance
worked
committee's
hard.
not on there.
If no other discussion on this, can we have a roll call, please?
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Who's on insurance? You,
Just me.
All right, the next one is Health Board. That would be myself and one other of you lucky members, with the exception of Chris Wilcutt.
So you can't resign from that spot.
I mean, unless you can do dual roles.
You can't do dual roles, and we prefer to keep you as the position you're on there after
What is
speaking.
the health board?
It's the health department,
It's a tax
taking care of all the business to deal with the health department. It meets once every quarter, correct?
You'd be great.
Or 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
I'm worried when he tells me I'd be great at it.
Great at it.
No, it's an hour.
Somebody looks at you and says
Chris
you'd be
is on
great at
there
it.
now.
Usually.
Yeah, Chris
Chris is currently on it at this
Chris is on
point.
there now. He can tell
So
you
you
all
need
about
an
it.
hour, we have about a 1 hour meeting about 3 times a year, but we do set the taxing rate in May for the health department district, which is,
I don't mind being on these boards, but I need to know what I'm getting into. And I did know about leads, so that's.
Understood.
But I don't know about this one.
well, it's made up of pharmacists, dentists, eye doctors, vets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We meet out at the health department.
Right.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Now it's made up of former school teachers as well.
Yeah, see, that's what I am, so there we go.
So do we have a motion for this?
Make a motion to appoint Phil Baker and Ann Crawford to the Health Board.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? No discussion. Can we get a roll call, please?
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker.
Yes. And the last one is the Humane Society, which Jason Harper currently
You still want
resides
to be
on.
on that, Jason?
Don't even ask him, just make the motion. I make a motion that we accept Jason Harper to the Humane Society.
Second,
Why is everybody laughing?
second, because he does such a great job on
He
it.
does.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any more discussion about
No.
this other than Jason doing a great job on it?
Question the motion.
No, I didn't. No, Jason does good on it.
I like his.
If no further discussion, can we get a roll call, please?
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Judge Baker?
Yes, sir.
There's a committee called Health Insurance Committee.
Yes, sir.
That's not on this list, and judge by appointment, Jason Harper and myself serve on that. That is a really in-depth, you would need some background on that, and I think it would be good for county employees that we kept that same committee intact. They've got
You said the three of you all are currently on it.
Jason and myself, and then it was, of course, obviously Judge Chick, because Amanda's on it. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes on in that.
Y'all willing to stay on?
Yeah.
That wasn't on my list, as you said, but if you think we need to go ahead and put that on there, I would assume.
Yeah, and I think it'd be to reappoint Baker, Bolden, Harper.
I
right?
agree,
right.
agreed.
Okay.
I make that motion to reappoint Thomas and Jason and Judge Baker to the Health Insurance Committee.
I'll second that one. Yay.
Okay, we've had a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on this?
Amazing. Good.
If no further discussion, can we get a roll call, please?
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker.
Yes. Okay. Item number 7 on our list is approve to authorize or restrict the jailer accepting bond release for KRS 431.5305. Jailer Toomey, do you have anything you'd like to comment on this one?
Good morning.
Good morning.
As Judge Baker said, this is new to me as well. Give you a head count that we've got 160 inmates total. Look like 99 on the county side, 60 on the state side is where I'm at. I come in over the weekend and I was just going to kind of give you all a heads up, but we've got a lot of maintenance issues. It's years of neglect. I'll just be honest. The building's in bad shape. I've got roof damage. I've got water damage all over. I've got central heat and air units out. I've got fans in the hallways blowing air through the beam flaps on the cells to try to get some air circulating. I've got mold. I've got mildew. I've got 2 whole sections on the Class D restricted custody side that's shut down, that's used for storage because the smell is so bad due to the water damage. I've got tiles falling in the front office throughout the building. I come in this morning and one of the indoor rec areas, the drain's not working. Outside, water's coming in the hallways because it's not working, so it's flooding in the hall. But I've got a lot of issues, and I just want to let you know I'm getting some estimates. I've got different maintenance groups with central heat and air coming to look and give me some pricing to start working on quotes. They're coming this week. I've got plumbers coming. I'm trying to find a commercial roofing company, and Mr. Bolden may be giving me some recommendations to also come, but I've got a lot of issues.
So, Tony, you've got a plumber and a roofer
Well,
already under contract.
Okay, who's the roofer?
A service contract, both the plumber is Stuart and Richie.
I've called, they're coming,
Okay, and then
but
your
what I'm
roofer-
being told from my staff is that they're not always reliable. I'll just be honest. They'll call and they may come and they may not come, so, but I've talked to them last week and they're supposed to be sending somebody, but I've yet to hear from the plumbing supervisor. But I did talk and get us on the schedule, but I don't have a date, but they're supposed to come this week. However, I was wanting to send an invitation to where I've invited we're getting a new jail inspector. I met them at the conference in Lexington the first part of December. It's a learning experience for me too. However, to go over all the inspections and all the items they're looking at on the inspection report that the state does. However, I've invited them to get to know him and him to get to know me. And I'd like y'all to come do a tour if you're available. They'll be here around 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd love for y'all to see the facility and know that we've got our work cut out for us, but I promise you it's going to be taken care of. It's going to take some time. But that's a long time of neglect on that building. It's in bad shape.
This is 10 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Yes, ma'am. If y'all are available, I know it's short notice, but if y'all are available, I'd love to extend that invitation to the court and any of the department heads, sheriff, any of the others that would love to come over and see the facility and kind of see what we've got in store, because it's going to take the court, of course, for approval on some funding, because we're going to need to spend some money to get that building up to par.
And according to Thomas, you've already got plumbers and roofers on contract.
Yes.
But you haven't had good luck with that.
Well, according to what the staff is saying, that they've been talking to them, we'll see. I talked to them last week as far as Stuart Ritchie. They're supposed to come out.
Which is
It does the plumbing, and then the PSK is coming to look at the heating and cooling. I know they've been here
What's the name
before.
of the company?
PSK here in Russellville. Stuart Ritchie's at a Bowling Green.
I know who they are.
But I don't have you said, who does the roofing?
Dave Coudray out of Henderson.
Okay, I'll get that contact from you. I was not sure about the commercial size of that building. If you could, please, I'd greatly appreciate that, Mr. Bolden.
So PSK is not roofing?
No, they're HVAC, they're heating and cooling and things, and they had been servicing them, but they have parted and pieced and Band-Aid, according to talking to their techs, for years, and some of those units just need to be replaced. They're beyond repair at this point. I'm pretty sure they're as old as that building is, which is about 22 years old. So.
What's the name of that guy that you said was on the roof?
Preferred Construction Services out of Henderson.
Dave something.
Dave Coudray.
So that would be-
Coudret.
I just might interrupt briefly and just so everybody's aware. I know we got a lot of new people here today, but this is a special called meeting, so we can't get into a lot of discussion of anything that's not on the agenda. I think we're okay right now, but, if we're going to start talking about specifics of maintenance and that sort of thing, that would be more appropriate for a regular called meeting where you can go off the agenda and not have any issue with Open Meetings Act.
My apologies, Ms. Teal.
That's okay. I'm just trying to make sure everybody knows.
Yep, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, though.
Well, the only reason I asked was about this accepting bond.
Yeah, and if you want me, I can I think maybe this was something Mr. Ross was involved in too. Essentially, there's a statute that requires fiscal court approval for the jail or the jailer to accept bond release fees. And I think that's something that's typically been done when bonds are posted at the jail. The jail collects a fee under this statute. So I think what would be appropriate would be a motion from a court member to authorize the jailer to accept the bond release fees per KRS 431-5305.
I'll make that motion. To accept that.
Thank you, ma'am.
We was previously doing that a year ago, wasn't we?
I think it had previously been brought up when there were some issues between the clerk's office and the jail, and I think just out of an abundance of caution, because the statute does say with approval of the fiscal court, that we put it on today to make sure with the new jailer, there was still approval for him to continue doing that.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to accept this, accepting bond release fees. We've got a motion and a second. Do we have any comments? Questions? Okay, if not, let's have a roll call, please.
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcott,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
I sent you a contract.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Our next order of business, approve the public official bond for Deputy Coroner Brittany Thank you, Broggle, for the term beginning January 2nd, 2023 and ending January 3rd, 2027. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? All right, no discussion. Can we get a roll call, please?
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcott,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes. All right. That's the last official piece of business that we have. I just want to tell everyone I appreciate you coming out. Guess we just need an adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call?
Davenport,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Wilcott,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.